Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. So as you can see from the tournament, I am making this a bit earlier, and we did have a disappointing tournament last time. I accidentally joined in my wrong gear, and so we got the 8th rank. So it kind of is what it is, but we are going to be making a few changes today. So first, let's go to the vault. We have 36, so you know what this means. Oops, I went too far. Yes, we're going to grab this extra card slot. I have talked about this because I wanted to include intro sprint on everything, and that's how we're going to do it. I don't really need it for everything, but here we go. Okay, so intro sprint is now on every card. Right now, it's not mastered, so it only does 100 waves, but, you know, that should speed... Honestly, it should speed up farming, you know, getting the first 100 waves done. It's not going to be a huge jump, but, you know, I'll take anything at this point to kind of help speed things along. So those two things are done. Obviously, I don't know what my plan is going forward. I don't believe I need this or this, which means we'll probably switch to the power tree now. Hopefully, I'm making the right choice. And as we do know, April starts next month, so that's something too. All right, so next up is the event. So in the event shop, I have a lot of stuff because I am behind. So let's take a look here. We now have max range. I don't want to grab the next one, but we're 2 away on cooldown now, so at least we have... Ampy is now as big as he can be. He's a big boy. And then, of course, we're going to need to get duration up, and then finally bonus. So, I guess I could grab some duration. It's actually pretty close, because you get 3... No, it needs to be 6 times, because this is half a second. This takes 3 off, so this needs to be 6 times. So now we'll just wait. And, of course, we'll just wait for the next one. And, I'm very appreciative for the donations that helped me get that. Because I do not usually get the event pass. I do not usually get the event pass, so thank you very much. Also, I guess I can't speak sometimes. And, of course, we did get our final box this week, so we can get this. And then that leaves the last thing to be the steel. So I'll be saving up for steel. And then where we go from that, nobody knows. I don't believe I'm buying any of these. I won't be getting gems, so we'll probably turn the remaining currency into whatever this currency is. I don't even know what these names are. This is the circle currency. This is the square currency. And then in the Guardian, I don't know what we're doing here. We're probably just waiting for this just to see what happens. Right now I have attack because I don't really have too much. And, yeah. I don't even know how this works. I don't want to click anything and accidentally spend stuff. Obviously, this is who knows how this is gonna show up. His name is Orby, I guess. We'll just leave him at that. I haven't decided what to name him, so we'll just move on from there. Okay, so I know I missed the guild last time too, and let's see. So obviously, I do have some stones and some extra gems. Basically, I did a lot of milestone stuff, so we'll take a look here. So I didn't quite get tier 14. I did make a mistake with tier 14. What I did wrong was I forgot to swap my modules, so that was fun. So that was a disappointment. Tier 15. So we might have to do tier 14 again, but I think I'm going to wait until I'm a bit stronger. The hard thing was, like, I am low on cells right now because I was trying to do tier 14. And I need to get more cells, and that's why I just made this video right after I realized, oh, I was trying tier 14. So we need to go back to tier 12. I've been doing tier 12. We'll see how that goes. As you can see here now, it's about 2/3, and I'm doing not quite 2/3 of the wave, but I think this is close enough now. Obviously, I haven't really done much with tier 13, but don't need to. And obviously, none of these got me anything because of just the nature of using my tournament setup. So, I mean, it still is a start, and you can see that I do have a lot of stones and extra gems just from all the milestones I collected, because apparently I hadn't really done much milestone pushing. We're going to research next. Now, I will say I'm not, now you can see I'm really low on these. I need to get this. Hopefully, I can get this to at least 400k, if not more, preferably like 600k. So we're going to have to see where that ends up. This has actually been one of my bigger concerns. But again, as long as we get to 400k and I have about 15 hours, I should be able to 4x everything, which is fine. And then we can go back to like normal-ish farming later. In terms of research, I did go through and favorite everything, so you can kind of see where we are at with everything. It is mostly in order of priority for the most part. Although I do move some things around at some point. So for example, this, I didn't realize this was so expensive, so that's, you know, I can probably unfavorite this, because I can't imagine we're going to be doing that anytime soon. And we did start, because they changed Swamp. These are at the end here, so we started adding them in. And of course, Shockwave size is here, and at one point it'll be moved up. I just don't know when, just because it is just like a range, it is you have a range. So I do want to keep that up there. And of course, recharging missile barrage is something that will happen at some point. Probably will research this when I actually want to buy the or want to use keys on that, just so I have it. It's either going to trigger on something, which would be nice. All right, so I think that's most of it. Most of the time, I just see it and I just let it rip. You know, I don't even worry about it. And there's not too much that's too interesting here, because most of the interesting stuff will be card masteries, which of course is the next thing. Like, what are we gonna do? Wave skip, intro sprint, wave acceleration. I don't know. Actually, it's a pretty difficult decision. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna grab. I don't know. I don't know that I'm ever gonna do super heavy, but the thing is, these are so. Look at how quick this is, and the fact that I can respec for free now, I probably should get some levels in there at some point. It's not really mandatory. It's one of those things. Yeah, these guys probably aren't going anywhere. Look how long they are. Yeah, most of the interesting stuff I've picked out, so there's not really much here but gold boxes. I have wondered if I should do more auto pick ranking, and I don't think I need more Bambergs. That takes a long time. But I have considered doing more. You know what? We'll toss this up there too. I don't even know what I would move around, but I'd like to have more. And we're getting very close to gold box, our first one, and I don't know what we would work on next. I assume we would be nerfing like the health now of things, like maybe grab like boss health. But I don't know that there's yeah, there's that one. There's not anything for elites. And these two are good. Oh, so it's just cannon effect bands that just jump. Either that or I did spend 3 quadrillion on it. Oh well. I don't know. I actually did armor and core effect bands. You know, these might actually be reasonable-ish to do now. So we'll have to see if I'm going to do the armor effect or the core effect bands in the future. Let's go ahead and grab them. I don't anticipate re-rolling either of those anytime soon, but it would be nice to have an extra band when I do. So we'll just grab those for now. And there we go. So as you can see, I wouldn't label any of these exciting except damage mastery. So we have gone up to level 4 in damage mastery. We're starting on level 4 in research. And we should have demon mode mastery finished, which means I'll be slotting. What am I going to slot in this? Probably, it's probably going to be Death Wave armor stripping. I know you guys tell me that lab sucks. It probably does. I just want to finish it. It's going to take me like 2.5 days to finish this, and then probably a couple days to finish the other one. I don't know. It's either that or I do a card mastery. We will have to see, because let's look at the cost of the card mastery. The problem is, obviously, I probably could support 2 at a time now, and the question is, and I think everybody's going to want me to do, wave acceleration, which is 1,000 stones. I don't really know that I want to do that one first. I almost want to do, where are you, wave skip? These are wrong cards. I mean, it should be in there. See, I was going to swap wave acceleration with intro sprint, but I didn't know what I would take out of my farm set, you know? So I was like, well, why don't I just keep it in there? I mean, I guess I could have taken landmine stun out, but, you know, I was like, well, why don't I just get the extra card slot? There's wave accelerator. Aren't you in here somewhere? Skips should be at the end. Yeah. Also 1,000. And even more expensive. So I don't know which one we're gonna do. And then of course there's this. And I did do my respecs. We did them in the tournament, so if you want to see them. I basically took my farm one, copied it over to preset 3, got really annoyed that there was no way to copy a spec, and then we did it here, and then we moved it back here because I wanted to have it first because of, yeah. So I did have my I did actually have my tournament spec for the runs I was doing. I just flipped back to farm spec. And that was when I realized, let me make sure I have my cards reset, that I was going to go move my modules back, and that's when I realized, oh, I need to do these. I wasn't really ready to do modules yet, but we'll do them real quick. We're not pulling any modules. We're just saving up gems for the next draw. And I did actually finish the 30% off research and reset all of them in the tournament. So that's all good to go. And really the question of the hour is going to be... And no, I'm not drawing magnetic hook. That nobody likes that. So these are the ones I've done. I've gotten GCOM, Dimcore, and obviously our buddy Havocbringer done. And so with those ones done, the question is who's going to end up being next, right? Who I want to complete is, I think, Astral Deliverance. I think it's Astral. Because basically that works really well with my Chain Lightning. That's the one I want to get. But, you know, obviously it is modules. You do not get to choose what you get. And this is useless until we re-roll it to be gooder. Fine. Better. So we you know, this is going to be a work in progress. And it's 1 star, and we need to get it to 5 stars. So that's fun. And same thing with DP. We also need to get DP up. The issue is, since none of these are rerolled, they're all just bad. So, I mean, if I could choose anything, and of course, I don't think I have enough. Let's see. Let's look at my triangles. Because this thing is... Because if you missed it, I mismerged my triangles, and now we're halfway to getting this to Legendary Plus, to merge with this, to merge with these two, to complete my funding. So that'll be nice to have that done. Also, I am absolutely saving up stuff now so that I have all the stuff I need. For the other ones, I think I shattered all the cores, because obviously with the core being like magnetic hook. And also this is, oh, you know what? This is a nightmare. I hate this. I am so scared that I'm going to accidentally shatter the wrong thing now. Because I'm so worried I'm going to do like this and confirm a shatter. It's 2,000 of effectively the wrong thing. Oh, so I would actually have to unmerge my Havocbringer to get maximum value. That is very weird. I hope everybody knows that, because this is very weird that a regular non-one... I'm really scared. I want to leave here. A regular one is the same as an Elite Plus. That's a bug? Well, if it is, you heard it here first. So, won't be drawing any modules, which leaves us to this, which... And here's my dilemma. Like, I could work on Death Wave, or I could do a card mastery. I'm not really ready for a card mastery, but I also don't feel like getting Death Wave cooldown down right now is going to be a huge benefit. Like in the immediate, like, obviously we want to get this eventually, but every 10 seconds we lose is about 3 seconds, 3.33 seconds of the average time for the MBN. So, if we look at MBN, in case you're new, it is the average of Deathwave, Golden Tower, and Black Hole. So every 10 seconds I take off takes 3.3 off here. And I'm not saying I don't want to have max Deathwave cooldown. I'm just saying that I don't think this is an immediate need, especially with the cost, where I mean, here's the dilemma, right? This actually gives me an immediate benefit, but so does doing the card masteries. What is the greater immediate benefit? That is a question that philosophers have debated since the end of time. I feel like the greater immediate benefit is probably doing the card masteries, but it's very difficult because I would, like, for example, I want to do wave skip. Actually, there's 4. And I don't really know where coin mastery falls in. Because to me, I would want to do coin mastery probably next. And then eventually maybe orb mastery. So extra orbs and coin mastery, which would be another 2,000. Is that better than... And I feel like the ROI on this is probably better than Deathwave. But I don't know. I just don't know. So, also, I have done... Whoops, I need to flip back to this. I have done everything here. So, again, there's still the login bug, which is like, yay. Thanks, I guess. But I am sitting on 22 quadrillion, which is almost the entire budget for one card mastery, which is why I'm thinking about doing another one. And I really want to do wave skip, because to me, wave skip is... Wave skip or intro sprint, because both of those I see as agnostic card masteries, as in terms of, like, they don't hurt me. And they don't require me to change anything. Wave acceleration does require me to make a change. But like I said, I am recording this video early. And so we do have roughly 2 days for me to finish this Demon Mode Mastery. And when Demon Mode Mastery is finished, it should be around Saturday. So we do have plenty of time. Yeah, it should be around Saturday. Actually, maybe. I don't know. I mean, worst case is I do a temporary research here, like our favorite Deathwave armor stripping, and then we switch it to a card mastery, which is totally fine. So that's one of the things I was wondering. I was honestly thinking I was going to have to stop doing workshop utility discount, but honestly, I feel like let's just let it rip, you know? I'm not going to regret saving all that with the... I don't think I have such a priority where I'm like, oh no, we can't do the workshop utility. Obviously, yeah, I need to max out Poison Swamp, but I feel like that's... Since I'm not invested into Poison Swamp, just doing that eventually is fine. And again, we're almost done with, like, fast enemy speed. That's going to open up another slot. So that's my dilemma. If it was up to me, and I was looking at, like, how could I get the most coins? And if I'm doing runs that are, like, 8,000 waves long, and that I am... How much would that save? Probably not as much as I think, because it's probably like a 25%. Yeah, intro sprint's probably at 25% because it'd make the runs take about 25% less time. So you do extra runs, which would give you about 25% more coins. But that's hard to say definitively. Maybe I grab 2 card masteries. Maybe I grab like Wave Acceleration and Intro Sprint. Intro Sprint, how expensive are you? It is expensive. It's the most expensive, I think, of the 3. But I don't know. I mean, oh, here's our buddy Wave Skip. Yeah, he's 1,000. I just like these 2 because they effectively don't change anything in my strategy right now, whereas other card masteries do have impact in terms of, well, it's just Wave Acceleration. I just take the card off. But that's why I hesitate. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we have probably 2 days before I need to really make a decision. And I do miss using my gems to speed up the labs. Because right now, if we are not saving up for the modules, I would just be like burning these on skips. But for now, we'll save up. I mean, eventually we'll be done with the 4 banners. And once we're done with the 4 banners, you know, we're still they're gonna have the other banner. I thought they were gonna do it differently. I thought it was gonna be new banner, old banner, new banner, old banner, new banner, old banner. But we're always gonna have a banner, so I always have to save up for these because I have a lot. Like, for example, let's say AD banner comes up. You know, I'm gonna want to draw that as hard as I can to get AD to 5-star ancestral and be done with it. And the nice thing is, like, AD stats are the same for farming and everything. And maybe I also grab a death penalty for tournaments, you know what I mean? And then we can kind of like finish that. That's the other reason we're saving. But I digress. Regardless, I have a major decision to make. And we will be making that decision eventually. Let me turn that back on. But once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.